Sisters, over these past weeks, we've discussed how a reciprocal relationship begins with respect, grows through trust and reliability, and flourishes with open communication. Today, we're going to talk about something equally as vital, and that's the importance of shared responsibility for nurturing and maintaining the relationship itself. You see, many of us understand sharing household duties or splitting bills, but today we're diving deeper. We're talking about the shared responsibility for keeping the relationship healthy, vibrant, and growing. It's about both partners being equally invested in the emotional well-being of the relationship, understand? Then let's begin. When we talk about emotional investment in a relationship, think of it like tending a precious garden that both partners are equally responsible for nurturing. It's not enough for just one person to be doing all the watering, all the weeding, all the caring for, while the other partner simply enjoys the blooms. Just as a garden needs both sunshine and water to thrive, a relationship needs both partners to actively participate in its emotional care and growth. It's like what my friend Naomi shared about her marriage. Both she and her husband take time each week to check in with each other, not just about practical matters, but about their feelings, their dreams, their worries. Her husband doesn't wait to be asked, he initiates these conversations too. That's shared emotional investment. Don't you see? When it comes to maintaining emotional intimacy, both partners need to create those moments of connection. Maybe it's your spouse asking about your day and truly listening to your answer, not just nodding while scrolling through their phone. Or perhaps it's you noticing when your partner seems overwhelmed and you create a space for them to share their burdens. It's about both partners being intentional about keeping that emotional connection alive. And though the notion of equal effort in keeping the connection strong looks different in every relationship, the key word here is equal. Equal is not you always being the one reaching out, always the one trying to deepen the connection, always the one making the emotional effort. In a healthy relationship, both partners are equally invested in maintaining the emotional bond. Sometimes one might need to carry more weight when the other is struggling, but overall, there should be balance. Sisters, emotional investment is about being present and engaged, meaning each person is giving the relationship their primary attention. It's not just about being in the same room, it's about being there in mind and heart as well. Think about those precious moments when both you and your partner are fully present with each other. There's no phones, no distractions, just real connection. That's what all of us should be aiming for in our relationships. Sisters, I want you to really hear this. Emotional investment isn't just about grand gestures or deep conversations. It's about the daily choice both partners make to show up for each other emotionally. It's about both of you being equally committed to understanding, supporting, and nurturing each other and the relationship. Now let's see how growth and development factor in our relationships, because a truly reciprocal relationship isn't static, it's constantly evolving, like a tree that grows stronger and more beautiful with each passing season. When we talk about both partners taking responsibility for the personal growth of the relationship, it means each person understands that their individual growth contributes to the relationship's overall strength. Maybe you're taking classes to advance your career while your partner is working on managing their emotions better. Perhaps you're learning to set healthier boundaries while they're developing better listening skills. The key is that both partners are actively working on becoming their best selves, not because the other demanded it, but because they understand that personal growth enriches and deepens the relationship. Dears, supporting one another's individual development is crucial to the viability of the relationship. Think of it as being each other's cheerleader, while also respecting each other's unique journey. Like my friend Agnes, whose husband supported her decision to start a small business, not just with words, but by stepping up with household responsibilities so she could attend evening business classes. Or Michael, who encouraged his wife to pursue her dream of teaching, even though it meant adjusting their family routine. This kind of support says, I believe in you, I believe in your dreams, and your growth matters to me. Growth and development is about working together to evolve as a couple, recognizing that your relationship, like all relationships, needs room to grow and change. The way you communicated with each other when dating might need to evolve in marriage. The dynamics that worked before your children arrived might need adjustments afterwards. Sisters, I guarantee you, relationship dynamics change with time. And both partners need to be willing to adapt, to learn new ways of being together, to reimagine the relationship, because of the passage of time and the circumstances and change of life. And sisters, believe that real growth happens when both parties learn from challenges. Every challenge, every disagreement, every difficult season is an opportunity for both partners to learn and grow stronger. It's not about one person always bending, while the other stays rigid. It's about both partners being willing to learn from mistakes, to adjust their approach, to find new ways of moving forward together. Dears, remember, in a reciprocal relationship, growth isn't a solo journey. Instead, it's a shared adventure, where both partners are equally committed to growing individually and together. Sisters, now let's talk about relationship maintenance. And before you get excited thinking we're going to be talking about household chores, we're not. What I want to share with you is something far more important, and that's the shared responsibility of keeping your relationship healthy, vibrant, and strong. Think of your relationship like a precious family home. Just as you wouldn't wait for the leaky roof to cave in before making repairs, you shouldn't wait for serious problems to develop before addressing issues in your relationship. Both partners need to be attentive to the small cracks that might appear, those little misunderstandings or slight disconnections, and you must be willing to address them early on. And this is the responsibility of both parties. It's not always the woman's job to notice when something needs attention or to be the one bringing up concerns. The same with the man, he shouldn't have to shoulder the responsibility alone concerning the health of the relationship. Dears, when it comes to initiating meaningful conversations, this responsibility shouldn't rest on one person's shoulders. In a truly reciprocal relationship, both partners are responsible for starting those important discussions. Whether it's checking in about future goals, discussing concerns, or simply sharing deeper thoughts and feelings, both partners should feel equally responsible for keeping these vital lines of communication open. Sisters, relationship maintenance isn't about keeping score or dividing tasks equally, because that's never going to sustainably work. Rather, it's about both partners being equally invested in the relationship's health and longevity. It's about both of you being active participants in nurturing your connection, addressing challenges, and keeping your love story alive. Now, let's talk about keeping romance and connection alive. Sisters, this isn't about one person being responsible for planning all the date nights or being the only one to remember special occasions or anniversaries. In a reciprocal relationship, both partners make consistent efforts to maintain that special spark. Maybe he surprises you with your favorite meal, while you leave him sweet notes in his lunch. Perhaps you plan a special evening, while he remembers to create those small, daily moments of connection. It's about both partners actively participating in keeping the romance alive. And when it comes to working through difficult times, this is where true partnership really shows itself. Dears, we all know that life will bring challenges, financial struggles, health issues, family conflicts, and these moments can, and will, test the strength of your relationship. But in a reciprocal relationship, both partners roll up their sleeves and face these challenges together. Neither one checks out or leaves the other to handle the heavy emotional lifting alone. Sisters, let's talk about something precious in any relationship, and that's creating and maintaining a safe space where both hearts can truly be at home. This isn't just about physical safety, we're talking about emotional safety, that precious feeling where both partners can be authentically themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. Creating emotional safety means both partners are committed to making the relationship a sanctuary. It's where you can share your deepest fears, your wildest dreams, or your simple daily struggles, knowing they'll be received with understanding and care. Like a friend once shared with me, in her marriage, both she and her husband have created an unspoken rule. No matter how heated a discussion gets, they never use each other's vulnerabilities as weapons. This is what true emotional safety looks like. When we talk about shared responsibility for maintaining trust, it's like both partners are holding a delicate glass vessel. Each must be equally careful, equally mindful of their responsibility in keeping the delicate glass vessel from cracking or shattering. Dears, trust isn't just about fidelity, it's about being reliable in your words and actions, keeping your promises, both big and small, and consistently showing up for each other. Both partners need to actively protect and nurture this trust daily. It's not just the one person's responsibility. Sisters, understanding and respecting each other's needs is another crucial aspect, where both partners must be equally committed. Whether it's appreciating when your partner needs quiet time to recharge, supporting their devotion to family obligations, or valuing their professional commitments, it's about both parties recognizing and honoring what matters to the other. In a truly reciprocal relationship, neither person should have to constantly explain or defend their needs. There's simply a mutual understanding and respect for what helps each person thrive. Remember, dears, in a reciprocal relationship, creating safe space isn't just one person's responsibility. It's about both partners consistently choosing to make the relationship a place where love can flourish, trust can deepen, and both hearts can feel secure. Sisters, as we close our discussion today about shared responsibility in relationships, remember that a truly reciprocal relationship requires both partners to be equally invested in its care and growth. Like that precious garden we talked about, it needs both caretakers to tend it, with equal dedication, equal love, and equal commitment. When both partners share responsibility for emotional investment, personal growth, relationship maintenance, and creating safe spaces for each other, something beautiful happens. The relationship doesn't just survive, it thrives. It becomes a source of strength, joy, and genuine connection for both people. As we continue our journey through 2025, let's commit to being active participants in our relationships, not passive observers. Whether you're dating, engaged, or married, remember that reciprocity and responsibility creates the foundation for lasting, meaningful connections. And if you find yourself carrying most of the weight alone, have the courage to open a conversation about creating more balance. Because at the end of the day, dear ones, a relationship isn't about one person doing all the heavy lifting, while the other watches. It's about two people walking together, supporting each other, and sharing both the work and the rewards of building something beautiful together. Keep your hearts open, your communication clear, and your standards high. Until next time.